Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We finally have a major update in the rune system. Till now I was not making any guides on the runes because it was not making any sense to me. We were synthesizing gray runes and getting gray runes. So basically it did not make any sense to me, but now things have started to make sense. So if we go into the game and we come to this smithing section, we go to rune synthesis, and today when I logged in, I saw that we finally have blue runes in the game. Earlier we only had the gray runes and we were synthesizing gray runes and we were getting gray runes. That's why I even mentioned in my community post that I think it's better to not synthesize right now and better to wait till we get more info. But I think the way they are doing it is they are going to release more runes over a period of time. Like if we scroll down, it says more runes will be available in 14 days. So in 14 days, I think from blue, the next one is what commonly makes sense is the gold rune, and then we get the legendary runes, right? So now, as you can tell, now things are starting to make sense. Why there are gray runes and what is this rune synthesis and everything. So I thought this was a good time to make basically a generic guide on runes and basically some tips and what approach you can take when it comes to runes and how you should go about it in future. So basically runes are going to give you some additional attributes. For example, if you look at the gray runes, they increase your base attribute of your gears by 3% or 4%. By base attribute, basically if you go to gear and look at this thing, you see base attribute, right? This one has damage, so it is going to increase your damage. So I think runes are very important and they are going to give pretty good stats to all your characters. I think there are going to be totally 4 types of runes. These are going to be gray runes, blue runes, the golden ones, and the legendary ones. Now I'm not sure if they are going to call it legendary runes or what, but if you look at the gray runes, it basically it's 3% and 4%. The blue runes are going to be 5%. Then they are going to be gold runes, and that is going to be 6%, and the legendary runes are going to be 8%. So where I'm getting this info? So if we look at the patch notes, you can see that there are base attributes increased by 6%. This one is, I believe, the gold runes. Here you can see ATI runes, right? ATI. So this one is already in the game and it says it is going to come in 14 days. And eventually the patch notes also had this image earlier. This old patch notes has been removed, the images. This one has a base attribute of 8%. And it has 4 attributes, right? Getting back into the game, so you can see that with the higher the quality of the runes, the more stats you get and the better type of stat you get. For example, the gray one is going to have only 2 stats. The blue has 3 attributes, basically from 2 to 3. The gold ones, I think some of them are going to have 3, and the legendary ones can have up to 4. That is what I think from looking at the images that we got from the patch notes. Now you'll be wondering, why will I try to get blue runes when we are going to get better runes in 14 days? That was my initial question as well. So why should I invest in gold runes, blue runes, right? So if we again go back to the patch notes image, here you can see there's an image of synthesis, right? So this one is a gold rune, right? And if you see synthesis at the bottom, it says 20 duplicates of another gold rune, right? 20 duplicates, that's a lot. So right now we are just need 3 duplicates to make to synthesize. Here we are needing 20. So and 20 of the gold. So first you need to make 20 of gold, and to make 20 gold you will need a lot of blue runes, right? So basically they are preparing you, they are prepping you for the legendary runes over a period of time. So right now what you can do is collect some blue runes, and then over the time when the gold runes come, you can basically synthesize them and then convert them to the gold runes. And when maybe the legendary even higher tier comes, you can upgrade from there on. Basically how the synthesis works, I think it's very simple. Earlier we were synthesizing gray and getting gray, but I think now if you look at my inventory, I only have gray runes, right? I do not have any blue runes, and these are just some runes that I got from farming and things like that. So if I go to rune synthesis and blue runes, I have these 3 runes and I synthesize and I get the blue rune. Basically you synthesize gray runes and you get the blue runes. It is not complex at all. Basically your base attributes is going to increase. And similarly when the gold runes come, basically you are going to synthesize blue runes and get the gold one. You collect a lot of gold one and you get higher levels of gold one or legendary ones. So we have to wait and see. but the system is going to be the same. So right now what you can do is basically you can either maybe try to sell some of these blue runes. These are listed at a very high price, but I think over time in 14 days basically these prices are going to drop a lot, because these runes you can get by overworld farming, right? So overworld farming, these are available for free, but right now I think a lot of people would want to rush and get the better quality runes, so maybe they are going to buy. So some of the ways might buy these rooms, but I don't think but I'm not sure if it is worth it. So it will make sense only in the end when we know how many duplicates we need. If we need like a ton of duplicates to get the legendary runes, then I think maybe hoarding the runes might be profitable. But right now we are not clear. We only have that one image where it showed that we need 20 gold runes, and we don't know how much blue runes we need to make one gold rune, right? So over time we'll know how much is the requirement. So right now if you don't want to make platinum out of this, I think it's safe to convert your gray runes and convert them to blue runes. Synthesize, I mean, you can just make them to blue runes and basically equip them on your gear. But if you want to make some extra platinum, you can try and sell in the market. But keep in mind that I did warn you that we are not sure how many duplicates we will need eventually when we are going to get to the legendary thing, right? When we get more runes. In 14 days, we are going to get gold, and then we are going to get legendary. So we have a lot of time in hand. So maybe initial few days you can try to get some extra platinum from the market, and then I think you can just start equipping. So let's see where I can equip this particular rune. This one is for legs. So I'll go and I'm going to socket rune and E and T, base attributes, stun resistance. So some of these are good, some of base attribute is very good, but the other stats is not very good. So that is going to make the difference between a good rune and a bad rune. It's all going to be what type of attributes it has. So for example, if I see there's a ECE rune, so this one has base attribute 5%, okay. Damage increased by 2% for enemies below 30% life, and movement speed increase. That is huge, 3%. If this is for main hand, you can get 2 of these, right? So, and you can see the paragon level has, the level of these runes are increasing. Now it is 60 to 150 paragon level. Earlier it was at till 100. So eventually the next one is going to be, I think, till 200, 250, 300, right? So I think the more higher level the runes are, the better their attributes are going to be eventually, and the higher their cost to synthesize. So that is all I wanted to talk about for runes. I think the upgrade mechanism is very simple. It's very straightforward. Just upgrade the runes to a higher level. And also there are not many options for per slot. For example, for the helmet, I think for blue runes there's only one or two option, and one of them is going to be good, and another one is not going to be so good. Just by looking at the rune you can tell if it is going to be good or bad, right? Looking at the attributes. So I think the rune system is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So right now what you can do is basically farm for runes and look out for cheap runes, so that you can accumulate a lot of runes and eventually get some higher level runes. So that's all I want to talk about in this video. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing if you like the contents of the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.